Connect to the internet.
I know, right?
Do the things.
Wi-Fi on.
We may lose you guys.
My bad.
Oopsies.
My internet work very well. Oh, see? Ooh, we're still connecting. Oh my goodness.
Connecting or connected. Fuck, I gotta jump on. See, look at that. Boom, boom.
Ooh, look at the spots on your phone.
What do I do?
Ah, happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
Welcome back to another live with Esoteric Liminal Horizons Nexus. Esoteric Nexus of Liminal Horizons Facebook group.
Mm-hmm. Can I do it? Will it let me? Fuck yeah. Oh, no.
Ooh, that looks weird.
There we go. It's so tiny, I won't be able to see
That looks like a circus mirror. Trying to pull it up on Brayton's phone. Hey, Bailey. Welcome in.
What did I do? Damn it. Hi, Bailey.
So today's theme is let's review how the vendor show went.
And it went something like
So before we even unpack a single thing, what did this event mean to each of us? And what were we hoping it would awaken or prove to ourselves?
You want to start?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Sorry, my mouth's full.
So I was super excited because I've never done a vendor show, and we can't cast him under the same umbrella. Is his coming out for his business as well as it was for mine. So it was both our first vendor show. So even with that, I don't know. This felt huge because, like, I feel like I'm an adult and I kind of started to try to put my artwork online and sell it, kind of, but if we're being completely honest with ourselves, I half-assed it. I could have put more effort into it. I could have tried harder, and I didn't. It was more like, nah, I'm gonna try it.
Wait, what did you half-ass?
And when I put my artwork online and tried to sell it.
Yeah, I feel that. That was me with my wire wrapping, for sure. I even built a website.
So, I don't know. The follow-through meant everything to me. So, actually following through with it, it was like, I dare you to do a vendor show with me.
Okay.
So, I did. I was like, I can do it. Yeah, I can do it. Oh my gosh, it's this year. Is there enough time? I can do this. There's enough time. There's plenty of time. There's no reason I can't. We're gonna do this. Even as it gets closer and everything comes up, I'm just gonna do it.
Oh my gosh. And
so it was proving it to you as much as it was proving it to me.
And the conversation, because like I had told her, I said, I have connections for vendor shows, so when you think you're ready to do that, we can do that. And I'm like, all right, yeah, cool. Well, maybe next year. And then not even a week later, one of my vendors, Ushi, she gets a hold of me and she's like, hey, vendor show in Helena in October. And it was what, June, I think, when that came through. And I was like, hey, Whitney, remember that conversation we had about vendor shows? And she's like, what? I was like, yeah, October. She was great. And I said, that's after summer. We've got all the time in the world. I guess. You're probably right. I was like, so should we talk to her? Should we just do it? I think we should do it. We're going to do it. You're like, okay, Brayden, we're going to do it.
Oh my goodness.
And then you got hyped.
I did. It
scared me a little bit.
Well, it scared me when you got excited about doing business stuff too. I was like, oh no, he's in. Now I gotta do the things. Now I gotta stay on par or ahead of Brayden.
Yeah, because once you fall too far behind, then it's like, well, why do I even want to keep going? I feel that.
So what did it mean to you to do this vendor show, and what were you hoping it would awaken or prove to yourself?
For me, the vendor show was an opportunity to network and get myself out there. And really get the whole speech down of what I'm about, who I am, what I do, how I do it. And I'll tell you what, when we started that vendor show, I had no freaking idea. I'm like, man, okay, so I'm a life coach. I'm a life coach. I'm a life coach. Okay, so like, how do I make it mine? What does that look like? I've got amazing ideas and insight, but how do I like make it something that's like digestible, but it's not all weird and in between like the rest of my thoughts? And that didn't come together until the very last month. It's the beginning of October, end of September, and then I was, oh, all right. So then the vendor show for me was really just being super hyped to be able to start talking to people. Yeah. So that was what the vendor show was for me, was being able to really just get out there and talk about this stuff and see how comfortable I really am with describing the processes that I want to bring to people's table. Yeah.
I was hoping that that would come together in the vendor show as well. Mm-hmm. The whole spiel.
Yep. Find the groove. I think by the end of it, I really did get to like fall into it. Like that one lady that was sitting there talking to you guys when I was on the other side of the, what you call it, and I had to come back around and then literally just give the spiel, the once over, and it just came out so nicely. And it's like, there it is. I did it. I don't know if I can do it again, but I did it at least once. One really good run through without stumbling over my words. Mission accomplished.
It was fun. Mm-hmm. So preparing for the show, if we're walking through the process.
What a joke. Let me tell you what.
What did we learn about ourselves or each other during the prep? Emotionally, mentally, or even spiritually, as we tried to get everything ready?
I know if I didn't invite you guys over for game night on Sunday, I would not have gotten any of my paper stuff done. Like, you confronting me with what you have left to print, Brayden, was like a big, oh my gosh, I gotta hold myself accountable. Because I was literally just gonna let it slip by and be like, nope, I'll just write some things down and apologize to people for not having business cards. I don't know, like, yeah, no, the idea of you even having a conversation with me about it did not cross my mind at all. No. I was, and then you're like starting to touch on the vendor show, and I was like, oh, no, don't, stop it. We can talk about this tomorrow. Why don't we do tomorrow? And then you asked, I was like, and then you were like, you got until 9 a.m. Monday. Send me your stuff so we get it printed. I was like, okay, that feels good. I can't do this. I'm so stuck. Like, it's not happening. There's no way on God's green earth. I don't even have a logo. I was like, I know what my logo needs to be, but I cannot create it. I tried, and I don't have video editor. And even if I did, I don't have the knowledge to work video editor. So it would take me 3 hours of talking with chat to be able to make it even be something feasible. And then my friend Dandy was like really good with all the computer things. And I was like, Dandy, help me. She goes, I got you. And then once the logo was created, then everything else just fell right into order. And really having you send me that whole like receipt of things bought for your printing of things, I was like, oh,
I really thought you were going to do that before me.
No.
Welcome, Lee. Hello, Monique.
It really made me feel.
Thanks for joining us.
Really made me feel like I was like, oh, she did it. I can do it. Like, that looks really straightforward and simple. She did that in 20 minutes. That let me know. And she didn't have anything to say about it. So that let me know the process is super user friendly. Because if it wasn't, I would hear about it. Okay.
From Dandy?
From you.
Oh.
You sent me the office stuff. Yeah,
when
you sent me office
You made it sound like you've already done it before. So I was totally waiting on you to do it, and then you were taking too freaking long. So, like, if we're going from the beginning of preparing for the vendor show, we knew about the vendor show back in June-ish. And by then we had our certificates done. We had, or no.
Yep.
Was that?
Yeah, that showed up like a month after because we got our
life coaching certificates in May.
The middle of May.
And I think I had the rest of my website built, and I was worrying about having workshops ready for people. And I had memberships already, so I was worried about having that available for.
Oh my gosh.
For that.
Yeah, I remember having to like.
And then I was worried about like if we get to the vendor show and people select my stuff, and what about if they see all these things? And then I don't even know when I started like actually prepping for having a booth.
But did you notice before we prepped for the booth itself, there was a lot of cutting and refining of the websites? Like, think about how many times you've had to refine your Ko-Fi website, how many products you've like revamped, what you've done with your memberships, how you've correlated it to your Discord. Like, you really were building your network.
Oh man, my Discord looks so pretty.
I love it.
I'm so excited about that. That was nice, and it was nice to have. It is so amazing to have so many people who support and love us, and friends and family, and you talking to your friends and inviting them in, and
hello, Stephanie,
and having just friends to like help me work out the niches, ins and outs of the website and how it worked. And oh my gosh, my aunt was, I think, my second customer. I think my friend was my first membership and customer. And then my aunt went through my website and ordered a full intuitive spread. And I found out through that process that it asked weird questions, and then I was able to
navigate all of
that. Because it was wrong. It was wrong. So I was like, oh my goodness, thank goodness.
I love that.
And refine that process. So next time somebody orders a reading, it should work better.
And it's wild. Like, I was actually just talking to Monique about this yesterday. The whole procrastination dealio, right? Remember when I broke that down and I was telling you got procrastination, you've got thresholding, and you've got the chronos timing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I was definitely thresholding from June to October, right? Like, I was gathering all my tools. I wasn't ready to actually prepare for the expo. You could really
see the differences between our processes. Like when it came to working the website and all that, because oh my gosh, you are so phenomenal at like your 5-step program, like the way that you want to work your memberships. Like you just knew.
Yeah, well, it all, like, I can't say that I knew as much as it revealed itself. So once the 5-step program was built, then it just scaled. Like it wasn't like I was like, oh, I could take this and maybe add it in here and look how it clicks here. It was just, oh, here's this. Oh, and if I want to take this 1 month, I can break it down into a single session. Oh, and then like I don't even have to have memberships and watch it bounce either which way. So it was really, that's 90% of the systems. I'll tell you what.
There's at least 3 lists made before I come to the final product.
Yeah, but you know, like that was one thing I hated about school was you had your rough drafts, you had your sample, you know, like you just your
so
BS
hardwired
ideas.
Into me.
So you had your brainstorm ideas, and then you had to do the rough draft, and then you had to correct the rough draft, and then you had to polish and print it with the final draft. 5 fucking steps when I could just like write a rough draft, and then especially on a computer, I can just cut out the words, add in new ones until it all looks right, and then I can copy and paste, and then it's done. It's 2 steps. It's 3 steps. It's 2 physical different things that need to be done, and then lists overwhelm me, but they're also great. Yeah, procrastination and perfectionism.
We're mastering how to do it effectively.
It is exactly. So you know,
you're thresholding all the way until October.
Thresholding all the way until you asked me that, had that conversation with me, and at that point,
that game night.
Yep. And then at that point, it was all right, Brayden. Like you almost chose procrastination. like before I had that conversation with you, it was procrastination. That was the route I was
So
going
if
to go.
everybody,
Hold on, let me finish. So procrastination is the whole, you are acting, you're reactive to your situation. So you feel the crunch time, you feel the pressure, and you react, you get it done. It's not perfect, but gosh damn, did you do a good enough job that you convince yourself that it was worth it doing it that way, right? Even though there's a little bit of guilt in realizing that had you just prepared, you could have got everything done and maybe a bit more with what you were planning. But at that moment, when we had that conversation, that was when it was stepping into Chronos timing. I saw what needed to be done. I saw the outline of it. And then I started working against the resistances, feeling the resistance, waiting, not trying to force it. And then boom, you could feel it. The moment that the logo was created, then everything else was flow. So it was a beautiful example of learning the procrastination process and being able to recognize it in real time. All right, I'm done. Thank you.
I fretted so much. I worried. I tried so hard to manage the anxiety and the stress.
Hello, Iris and Rick.
Welcome, guys. Welcome. Thanks for watching. I stressed so much over prepping for the vendor show. I knew that we were sharing a booth, and I knew that I was going above and beyond and doing too much for decorating. But I also planned on dyeing my dreads and having matching fingernails and getting my nails done and makeup done to match the color of my booth. I was going that way. And then doing the decorations, and I already had like the logistics of the website and whatnot. And then I realized I needed to have like a signage. I was like, oh my gosh, man. Okay. Oh my gosh, business cards. Oh my gosh, they're not even really business cards. They're cute little QR codes with a picture and a...
See, and that was like when I saw your business card, that was where I realized I was stuck. Like, without the logo, I can't do business cards, I can't do flyers, I can't do a sign. So that's 3 of like the 7 things that I need printed. So what's the point of getting?
But I knew all the decorations I had, and I knew the decorations you didn't have. And I was like, wow. Like in the back of my head, I was like, well, okay, so then I guess I'll be in charge of decorations since we're sharing a table.
Yeah.
It is what it is. And then we weren't sharing a table last minute. I'm like, okay, so it's all mine, and I didn't go above and beyond.
I know.
So I get the whole booth for
once I realized
decorating.
Well, and I thought we were with the table that we were sharing, because she said we ended up making it where it was going to be 2 tables in 1 booth, which we would have had an L-shaped setup if that would have been the case. But last minute somebody canceled, and that's why we had our each individual space.
I did not understand that. I just heard 2 tables.
Yeah.
So I have a whole table to decorate.
Yeah. So we had.
And the chair thing, I thought there were 2 chairs on this side and 2 chairs on the other side.
No, she was saying 2 chairs per table because we would each have our own table. Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Things just fell into place because there were 2 tables that were taken out next to us, and they left the chairs. So I just took the chairs that were next to us and put them in front of our table and kept. So either which way, there were 2 extra chairs.
And they were floating between the 2.
Yep.
Oh man, that was good stuff.
But yeah, and then not everybody, the people that I had talked to said that you hadn't really done much preparing. Yeah. So when that because of all the stress, when that random game night came out, I was like, okay, hold on. How many days until the vendor show? I would love a game night where I'm not thinking about preparing for the vendor show.
That was my thoughts exactly.
And it was great. But before I left, I was absolutely addressing like, so, what do you got? And then you said nothing for the signage. I was like, oh my gosh, you can't because you're going to be out of town. You're working and you don't have your signs printed out. There's no way, friend. Oh my gosh.
And then I look at her and I said,
you're not going to have anything printed. You think you're going to do it the day of in Helena?
I looked at her and I said, well, honestly, I figured after I was done doing my stuff for the night, like for the day for roofing, we get done about 7. You know, I've got from like 8 to 12 to be able to like put it together. So I had a window. So it wasn't like entirely, I could do this. But Gosh damn it, let me tell you what. Whitney asked me all this, I look at her and I said, well, Whitney, I'm really just hoping that my job gets pushed back until next week. So I have the rest of the week to get this figured out. Tuesday morning rolls around.
Stresses me out, guys. He stresses me out.
And Tuesday morning rolls around and Dan's like, hey, so auditor hasn't showed up yet. So, we're going to push it back till next week. And, sorry, it is what it is. Like, no, that's great. I got to prepare for my expo. I got a lot to get done. So that really worked out.
It just worked out. It just worked out.
You just got to live on faith sometimes,
Guts will never fail. I've never had or been part of a game night with anyone but my children.
Or their friends. Or their sleepovers. Oh,
yeah. Game night. More people.
So down for more people game night. We got to replace Elijah because he's never around anymore.
He only sticks around for half a game anyway.
And I'll tell you, I enjoy playing a choir against Whitney and Rick, but it's against Whitney and Rick. And that's not how choir is supposed to be. So having a fourth, fifth, sixth person would definitely, I think there's only a max of 5 on that game. But either which way, it would be way better.
Yeah. He is me. Taking it one step at a time. Oh my gosh, no. It was just literally like what you had one day before you were leaving.
Yep.
One day to get your stuff printed out. And like, oh my God, dude, just email it to me and I'll figure out how to paste it together. Send me the pictures and stuff. Just send it to me by 9 a.m., Braden. And my gosh, you have until 9 a.m. I'm meeting with my dad.
I hit her up at 6 in the morning and I'm like, it's not happening, Whitney.
But he tried.
It's just not. Yep. And
he was sending me the messages. Oh, I've got this so far.
And then I get done. I think, what was I doing? I don't know. I was driving around town and I was complaining to Dandy about it. And then that was when Dandy's like, sounds like you have a lot on your plate, so at least let me take the logo off your hands. I was like, that's awesome. She goes, so when do you need this by? I was like, well, I really need, tomorrow's the last day I can print this stuff.
Have you seen his beautiful logo?
Oh, yeah. No, I haven't. I haven't shown it to any of the Facebooks. All right, guys. This is the logo that Dandy created for Braden. It is self-mastering alchemy. We've got the Venus rose. It's the path that Venus travels through our solar system. And out of the center of it is growing an actual rose because the grid work is the 5 pillars. It is the Regaya, the reflection, expression, guidance, identity, action. When you start knitting those and weaving them, it creates your reality in a very visceral way. Hence why the rose is coming out of a rose, and it goes from a 2-dimensional shape into its 3-dimensional beauty, because that's how we create our life, from thoughts into physicalities.
For reals, guys, we could not have done this without all the help. Like my mother helped me. She helped me get my frames for my artwork and helped me figure out how to get it printed out.
When I saw those, I was like, I was expecting.
Oh, I do have a business card.
I was just expecting prints. You should pull that out and bring it up close for him to really appreciate it.
Well, that's my temporary one.
Show it off anyway. It's the start off. It's a good hold me over.
It's freaking cute.
I'm jealous. Sure I think it's a really clean look for a business card.
I stole it from Snapchat. Cute little meditation logo. And then my business name and my QR code.
Yes, they are, aren't they? While you're that close, you might as well show the picture too, yeah?
So this is my painting of Bandon Beach in Oregon. Me and my husband are walking on the beach at sunset. There's an actual
horrible
photo that I painted this off of. And the cute little story behind this picture. When I got back from my trip to Oregon, it was for my brother's funeral. I was going through all the pictures that we took while we were in Oregon, and I saw that picture, and I was like, I want to paint this. And
if you're gonna look, you might as well.
Well, I thought it was my mom for a second.
Oh.
So I painted it. And then I sent a picture over to my mom. And my mom said, "Oh my gosh, no way." And she sent me a picture back. She painted the same exact picture. And my medium is acrylic paint and hers is watercolor. So I did mine in acrylic paint. And she did the same picture in watercolor.
That's super cool.
So we sent each other a copy of our pictures.
What a fun synchronicity.
Oh.
The Horrible Therapist, I saw an ad for that the other day, and that's totally something I want to get my hands on. That had me cracking up so hard.
What?
Monique has a game called Horrible Therapist, and it's kind of like Cards for Humanity, but it looks like it's more like you just pull and let them script them out, like Mad Libs.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
So, I don't know. It looked like a fun little run-through game.
If you go to my website, Monique, there's all sorts of different artwork on there. Or if you go to my Facebooks and go to my artwork album, there's all sorts of different artworks in there that I could get prints of if you wanted a copy of one.
Yeah, when you busted out your copies with like photo frames and everything, I was like, oh, that's fucking really professional.
Well, I've seen pictures of my mother's booths.
Oh, that's
so
fair.
I've seen some expectations.
I was just expecting prints.
Or I guess they were expectations I set for myself. And she referred me to the frames because I was going to get like thick poster prints of it. And I was talking about the thickness of it. This is another one. I was talking about the thickness of it and how it felt thinner. So she recommended putting them in these kinds of frames. And then I was like, oh my gosh, it comes with a back piece. How do I glue them together? She's like, Whitney, you're not supposed to glue them together. Those are temporary frames. They're supposed to be able to take them out and put them in whatever frame they want. I mean, that's so smart. And here I was worrying about gluing them all together.
That's good stuff.
Oh.
She is.
But yeah, talented. I realized that you are very fly by the seat of your pants kind of going person, and I am.
Do you remember when we had that conversation?
How would you describe me in prepping?
You know, if I didn't know you better and I only knew you from your like prepping and list, I'd swear you're a Virgo.
I don't know what that means.
You're just very. Everything has a rhyme and a rhythm, and it's this rhyme and it's this rhythm, and it goes with this tempo. And I have it's on the list. I have the list. Is it not following the list? It's the list. I mean, you're not quite like that now, but when I first met you, lists were things. Lists were everything. If you didn't have a list, you weren't doing it.
I love lists. I do.
It needs to be this way, Brady. Yeah. And now you're like evening out. But do you remember the conversation we had like forever ago? I told you it was really going to take a special person to be with me because of how
fly by the seat of your pants you are. Yes. Yep.
And this is like living proof of that, like all the way down to the last minute. But it all worked out. Everybody came in clutch. I put my nose to the grinder and made it happen. My next expo will maybe be a little bit less chaotic. I mean, I've got half the prep done, and I don't have to change my theme because it's November.
I feel pretty excited about the November 8th one.
Oh man, when we talked about doing this one when we hadn't even finished the first vendor, she was like, "What, Braden? We hadn't even done the first one." And I was like, "Yeah, but like, we already have the stuff."
Oh my gosh, I'm fretting too much about this one. We can't even start thinking about the next one. Stop! I'm gonna have an aneurysm.
And at that time, I had nothing for my first expo.
I mean, but I knew that you had gone to this expo before.
Mm-hmm.
So
in Great Falls,
that made me feel a little bit better that you were so, to me, underprepared and I was over-prepared.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so if he feels that calm about this, then I'll be okay. I should be okay.
And then, yeah. There's just no, you can't stress about it, right? Like if you stress about it, a little bit of stress is good because then it like pushes you to do the things. So I could stand to put a little bit more into my life a little sooner than the last week.
Oh man, I was so nervous right before we left.
Yeah.
Right before we left. Well, yeah. So for starters, like I don't I don't travel alone.
Hmm.
That is not something I normally do.
Did it feel empowering and liberating?
No, it's terrifying.
What? I felt so free the first time I did it. I was like, I'm leaving the city!
So the more we talk about things, the more I realize where like little bits of anxiety come into my life. So when it comes to traveling, I've always had somebody with me. And I've always had somebody who is knowledgeable about vehicles with me. So really, I've either had my husband or my dad with me when I travel.
Okay. That's fair.
Either that, or on a few occasions, it would be me traveling with my siblings. So then I was in charge, and there was this like, I will take care of them, but it was short distances. Or there was this one time I went from Montana all the way to Oregon with my siblings. That was nerve-wracking. And my kids. So like I was in charge of everybody. But if we broke down between Oregon and Montana, I had all my family knew I was coming. So everybody was gonna watch my back. If something happened, I was gonna be okay. But I had planned that in advance. So traveling from here to Helena by myself, oh my gosh.
I'm just like, well, I'll make it or I won't.
Are we gonna travel together? No, I'm working right before the show. It's like, oh my gosh, you're stressing me out. Like, are you going to be there in time? Oh yeah, this and that. I'm like, I don't even know. I can't math the miles of where you're going to be traveling at, but like, I would have to do that to make sure I get to places on time. But you travel all the time.
Yep. You just wing it.
Just wing it.
Between an hour and a half and 2 hours is most distances between cities. So.
What if my tire pops? Do I have a spare tire?
No, you don't think like that.
Do I have oil in the car?
No, you don't think like that. Like you check your oil, you check your fluids, you check your tire pressure.
Oh, I had my husband. My husband checked all of the things.
So like after you've done that, like that's it. It's never a will my tire pop. It's a I've got air in my tire. I'm good. Oh, my oil level's fine. Awesome.
I didn't even think to check the air in my tires. My husband did though.
Yeah.
Like this is why we have husbands.
I love it.
Or I'd be going to my dad. Dad, I'm going from here to Helena.
I know, and I didn't even know.
What do I need to do?
I didn't even know.
Or I'd be asking ChatGPT, I guess.
I didn't even know if I would actually make it before 4. I was just telling you I was going to, especially when I found out Paul wasn't going to be a part of my moving crew. I was going to Bob and, I forgot his name. Anyway, those two guys, and Bob is well past his prime. He's slow. And
you didn't even know if you were going to make it on time.
I didn't. And like in 10,000 can be half the trailer, or it can be 2/3 of the trailer.
And she was so sweet when I got there. She knew who I was right away. She said, "Oh, Whitney!" And then she announced to everybody,
Whitney's
"We have an Expo Virgin!" Like, oh my gosh! Like, yay! Oh my gosh!
I forgot about that. Oh.
Thanks, guys.
That's good stuff.
There were quite a few people who came up to me, and their faces looked really familiar, and they were talking to me.
As if they knew you?
Yes. And I don't know if it was because I was announced an Expo Virgin, or if it's because I met them before.
50-50. Probably both.
There were a couple people just asked up on how things are going and blah, blah, blah. Who are you?
Well,
are you a patron or are you a vendor?
Once you're in Expo Life, think about it. Like that's all you're doing with people. You're just conversing with them all day long. So it does become really natural to just talk to people as if you've known them forever, because
they were so sweet.
You're talking to so many people, Yeah. Expo Virgin. That's good stuff.
So what was the energy like on the way there? And if you could describe that drive in one word or image, what would it be?
Well, the drive from Billings to Bozeman was really relaxed.
Thanks for hanging around, Monique.
I got to watch, have a good night. I got to watch, 5 episodes of anime all the way up to Bozeman. That was nice.
I can't believe you watch TV while you're driving, Brayden.
It's a highway. There's no sharp turns. There's no stoplights. There's 2 lanes. It's not like I'm fucking glued to the TV. It's shows that I've already seen, so I'm not having to watch them. I'm just listening, occasionally glancing when I know it's something good to see for the next 5 seconds.
It was so
carry it on
freaking
driving.
windy.
And it's if I have something playing that's not music, like here's the thing. I love playing music while I'm driving, but driving long distances, every song is 3 minutes. Think of how many songs you have to listen to get through 2 hours of driving, right?
I like to listen to music until I get bored of the music, and then I like to put on comedy or a podcast.
But here's the thing about comedy. Comedy is like 20-minute skits. So then it goes to how many 20-minute skits am I really willing to listen to? And some of it, like after the third comedy skit, I'm done. I'm bored. I don't want to do the comedy anymore. But TV shows.
That's why you pick a genre of comedy. If you do like the dark, fucked up comedy, then there's like a selection of mixed artists or comedians.
But it requires me to focus on them. Whereas the TV shows, I can dip in and out of it. I can look at the scenery. I can see a little bit of the show. They're 25 minutes a piece, and TV's addicting. TV makes you want to watch the next episode, so it keeps you awake.
But you're not watching the road.
But I'm not like balls to wall glued to the TV. It's not like I'm just.
I was so freaking stressed out. On top of being stressed out for the vendor show, I got a truck this year. I bought my dad's truck because I knew he takes care of his vehicles, and it goes when you press on the gas pedal, and I love it. So I was driving a truck, and I'm sitting up higher, so I feel safer about being on the road. And if something happens, but it was gusty as all freaking get out from Billings to Helena. So freaking gusty. And I don't know, like, I've driven in trucks. I don't know the last time I've driven in a tall truck like that in a while. But holy cow, it just, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And then I'm going next to semis, and I'm like, oh, I'm like this close. I feel like I've got really good understanding of like depth perception of my truck, of driving through town and all over and parking and everything. I feel like I'm do really good at getting close. But when I'm next to a semi and I'm getting blown all over the place, I don't know how much room I'm going to have when that wind hits me. And I'm going next to the semi. And not only that, but there's like the wind coming off the semi and it's hitting me and it changes when I get through past the semi, and then it's like,
pushes you the other way. Yeah.
I'm like, do I want to just stay next to the semi?
Well, in the Mini Cooper, I was really fortunate because there was not a whole
tiny?
lot. No, actually, that sucker is light. I think it's as light as a Corvette. It gets pushed all over the road. But I have to deal with as many semis, which was really nice. And it didn't get windy until Livingston. But I'll tell you, the drive from Belgrade to Helena was a little bit on edge, trying to make sure I got there in time. And I still had to stop at the bank, and I had to pay Rick for my electric because it's through his name, so I just threw him the money because it's too much effort. And then I had to make it over to the expo, and like the bank I stopped at is all the way across town from where the expo is. And I'm just like,
that warning about having change for the vendor show, I did that shit a week in advance.
I had to go to the job today able to have it.
I had that change prepped.
I know, and then when you told me how much you had, I was like, what? Like, there's no way you're going to need all that. I was like, I better not.
There was no way I needed all that at all.
No. I 100 to 200's tops is all I've ever had for petty change, because that's enough to be able to keep the money flowing, especially when you're dealing with a lot of ones.
Well, if I think back to any job I worked, it was only 200 in the till anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy at the bank recommended different stuff.
That's because the guy at the bank has never done a vendor show.
Well, yeah, and he said that. But did you text and drive? Note to self, Whitney Barth, never have him drive you anywhere. Braden Angel brings new meaning to the meme, but did you die? You know, funny enough, I think that meme usually pertains to me.
How does he know that? Have you driven with me, Mr. Lee Oswald?
Because as I'm talking and you're talking.
Oh.
And you're watching anime.
I'm not watching,
and I'm all anxious
listening.
And I'm freaking out. I have issues with driving with people anyways.
I'm occasionally glancing.
I have control issues when it comes to driving.
Yeah. oh man, we gotta go on a road trip, Whitney.
Oh my gosh,
Let's
just drive.
Let's just go to Beartooth Pass. We'll go to the observatory.
Oh my gosh, that little woof up the.
Yeah.
No, my goodness, no.
Come on.
I have issues letting my own husband drive.
I won't put on any TV. Maybe on the ride down, we'll see.
You know, funny enough, in my family, we've always made fun of my mother because she's a very anxious passenger.
That's my grandma.
And when she would get nervous while someone's driving, she hits the dashboard.
Slow down.
She'd sit with her hands in her lap, and then as she gets nervous, it just like it was a brake or something.
My grandma would push on the floor and she'd white knuckle the door, like literal white knuckles. She's holding on so tight, like, "You all right, grandma?" She goes, "I'm fine, Brayden."
Yep, I'll grab the door handle and the seat. I was just like,
she's like, "You think this seatbelt's enough for your driving?" I was like, "What do you mean? I'm a very good driver. I've never been in an accident that was my fault. I've driven myself off the road a few times, and that's definitely been my fault. But
I would just prefer to drive unless it makes me too anxious to be driving. Then I will just look away. I can't watch the road.
I just take naps. When I don't have to drive and we're going along.
Just don't make weird noises like whoa or like
But those are the best.
No.
The car jerky.
No.
Man, so
I'll cry.
So I was driving back from Crystal Mountain. It's late at night, going 80 miles an hour. Got this guy trying to pass me, go around me. I'm like, okay, whatever. And there's a deer in the middle of the road, dead as can be, feet facing me. I was like, I can't go around this thing, and it is a sizable deer. And my car is a Mini Cooper. It's got 5 inches of clearance from the ground. And I launched off that sucker like a ram. I couldn't do anything else. I was like, hold on, and then boom, 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 boom. I was like, oh my fuck, we did that.
You want me to get in the car with you?
There was nothing else I could do. It was either drive into the shoulder or drive into the oncoming car that was literally in my blind spot. Like, yeah, I sent it. Car was fine. The bumper's a little bit bent up, but it's fine. It's fine.
I can't.
There's nothing else that could be done. I even tried slowing down. And then I was like, well, if I slow down, it's really going to get stuck. So I hiked it back up to 80.
Goodness gracious.
I got like a solid 3 feet of clearance too. But I feel very fortunate. I think if the deer was laying the other direction and I didn't have the feet to wrap up on it, would have really fucked up my car. But I like, and even to the point where like the wheels were lined up with the legs. So
I will admit I have a bit of control issues with driving too. Better knock on wood, Brayden. You're telling yourself.
Nope, I don't live that life. I'm above karma in that regard. Could be
karma someday.
No, it's a dead one. Although the other day,
Larry the Enticer vibes.
I say the other day, but when I was living in Big Fort, I had just gotten my fucking crack mobile, meth mobile, the little Subaru with 3 different tires, 4 different rims, a fucking bandied up fucking exhaust system, whatever.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'm driving down the road.
I just call that a resmobile.
And this deer jumps out in front of me, and then starts running right next to me. Like I thought, like we're driving side by side, and I could have just reached out and bopped him on the head if I wanted. But I like laid on my horn. I was like, "You better turn with me!" And he just last second, and then we're running side by side, and he takes off. But man, I was like, I just got this car. I can't be messing it up. It's supposed to get me across Montana. I look back at it, man. I really do have some angels because those tires were definitely on their last leg.
I'm saying, man. Yeah. I'm saying. There's some times like, you know, of all the worries that I have when I'm driving long distances, and one of the times I was going with my dad and he was meeting other people at like Flathead Lake or somewhere else that's far away. So it was a drive away. I don't remember which place it was, but we drove out of town and it was a ways away, and we had to be back on time to do the kid exchange for the parenting plan.
Okay.
And we weren't gonna make it, but we were gonna try and drive real fast. So we leave my dad and everybody else, and we drive back from the lake back to Billings. And of course, we had no cell reception, and I'm going around a bend, and I hit the straightaway. After this bend, there's this wobble, and I realized after a minute that my tire had gone flat, and it popped. It popped, and I was running on my rim, and I could feel it. So right after the turn on the straightaway, there's the wobble, and then there's the pop, and I feel it. I feel it grab, and I'm like, oh my gosh! And I drive off to the side of the road, and everything was straight, everything was safe. It's like, if it would have popped on the bend and it would have grabbed, like, I don't know how the rim on the road would have worked. Yeah, like there were so many ways that could have gone so bad. And of course, I've got no cell reception.
One time I had a Mercedes-Benz that I drove up to St. Marie. It's 14 miles outside of Glasgow. It's this old abandoned military base. And it was a really wild ride, man. I almost drove us into a semi. I almost crashed just going 75 miles an hour. I had no business going that fast in that weather because it was Thanksgiving, so, and it was nasty up there. And I get back and I go to do something with the car. Come to find out, I've got a bent rear axle that I'm mobbing 75 miles an hour on.
Ooh.
No idea. Yeah, I've had some questionable cars in my life. Let me tell you what, I've gotten better with age. Minus the Subaru.
By some miracle,
I don't know, that Subaru
we got
really good for me.
My sister on the phone, and my sister came and followed us the rest of the way home with a spare.
Stop. I like my passengers appreciating life too.
But did you die? Yeah, I'll say that. I'll ask that. And I will flaunt the fact I haven't been in any big accidents like that. I have, like, kissed some bumpers when it was slippery ice weather, but I have never totaled a vehicle. I've never been in a crazy, ridiculous car accident. I've never hit an animal driving. Also,
I've hit a lot of animals
driving.
Like,
I always say that my father taught me some offensive, defensive driving skills. I learned a lot from him, but I also put in my own flavor. I like to test my faith.
Sometimes I like to just brake check people to the side.
But other times I think the anxiety is there. There's a healthy dose of fear when it comes to driving.
Yeah.
You were in a death machine.
People go.
And Final Destination, that's always playing in there too.
People are like, what? Once you get past 25 miles an hour, like, human body has a hard time holding up, right? Mm-hmm. So at that point, once you decided to go past 35 miles an hour.
But then there's always this thought sitting in my mind, like, if I were to jump out of this vehicle, how would I tuck and roll? How would I tuck and roll? I could do it. I could jump from this vehicle if I had to, if I needed to. Okay, if the car were to roll, how would I brace myself, relax,
do something, shit, kick the door
or like, when people put their legs on the dash. If we were to roll, there's always that healthy thought.
I don't mind people doing it in my car, like on the highway, and I know that sounds so much more sketch because of how fast you're going, but there again, you're not dealing with a lot of, like, the traffic.
Big changes.
Yeah, you know the traffic that you're dealing with. Like, inside city limits, absolutely the fuck not.
Break your hips.
I'm not about to watch your knee go through your face. Mm-hmm. I no longer have a lower jaw.
It's scary. It's a healthy dose of fear, man.
Yep.
So when we were setting up the booth, bringing the vision to life, when we finally saw our booths come together, how did you feel seeing your banner, your poster up there and everything?
I wish I would have put it on like some kind of board to make it more of a stiff image than the curled up poster that I had, but I felt pretty proud of what I got. Most definitely. And after busting out the coloring books and coloring crayons, my table felt really just like, all right, I've got a little bit of everything. Yeah.
I really liked the coloring books that you put out. That was a nice finishing touch.
Right. It was such a last minute. I was like, he's got toys for these kids. Like, I need to be able to provide something.
That was one of the first things I bought.
So I was like, I need to provide something for kid entertainment. I was like, look at that, color crayons and color books.
And it was funny because my mother told me not to do it because the booths were going to be so close together, but then the booths next to us weren't there. So, and it was a hit.
Yeah, I saw so many people playing with that little magnetic dealio.
There were quite a few kids that were brought along. I'm glad that I had that.
Yep.
And the bubbles were a draw.
I brought a Bop It toy.
That was so entertaining.
That was.
I really wanted to keep playing with it.
I don't know what happened to it.
Give it back to.
You know, and then Leon had it, and then Rick had it, and then I had it, and then I don't know. You guys helped me clean up the table, so I don't know if it ended up in my stuff or your stuff, but it's floating in there somewhere. Me either. I just threw it in the garage. I was like, I'll deal with you in a couple weeks.
I was so excited to finally put my banner up, and I wasn't sure where I was going to put it. I thought I was going to put the banner behind me because I saw other people putting it behind them. But I thought it would be nicer in the front of the booth, and I liked that. I really enjoyed that.
Brought attention to your table.
It was so pretty. It was so exciting. Like, my mom did health fairs, so I remember what it felt like to be on the other side of the table. And I've ran a few booths for other things. Yeah, for other events and people's things.
Well, see,
but to have the control of, like, this is my, all of this is mine. And people would ask, like, are those your paintings? Is this your art? It is my art. I did do that. What about this house? Wow, did you do that? Like, I did. I decorated I decorated it with my mom. Yeah.
You threw on all them bricks and the moss.
And this is all your stuff? Like, it is. It's all mine.
Oh, yeah, especially with the couch being there. It's a nice spot for people to just sit and rest for a minute.
We had a nice location. It turned out to be really nice. I thought it was going to be not as much room in the front.
Next year, I want to be on the other side of the mezzanine. I feel like they got a lot more foot traffic because it's on the way to the speech stand. So they're going to get more people because you walk that direction to get to the speeches. And then it's an afterthought to come and find this other side. But that was something that I noticed is not everybody on the other side came to our side. There was quite a few that turned around after they got to the back down the stairs. Oh, there it is. I needed that.
So what moment or interaction during the show really stuck with you? Or one person that reminded you why you did this?
I think my crowning achievement for the expo, the thing that, I don't know, in different categories, I have two things that really stuck out to me. One was the conversation with the guy that asked about my Dante Inferno deck. Little backstory on the Dante Inferno deck. It is based on the 9 levels of hell. It does use very much Catholic wording, sinners, abominations, all those things, because it's after the whole, like, writing tense of the Dante Inferno series, or book. But it's just a visceral look into your shadow self and whether you can really own what's being told to you. And that got to be a beautiful conversation. So that one, as far as clients and showgoers that would be my most memorable moment. But on the flip side, on the vendor side of things, it was being asked to collaborate on a Ascended Masters class workshop where it would be myself, him, and I don't know, he said he's got roughly 15,000 contacts throughout the years of people that he's worked with, or 1,500, not 15,000.
So well-seasoned.
Just a lot of people. Yeah, and he knows a lot of people that are up there in their whole spiritual realm of things. So being asked to jump on board with this being such a new system was like, okay, all right, that puts a little bit more faith into what I'm building. For sure.
Yeah.
Yep. What about you?
I don't know. So for starters, the first person to ask me to do a reading for them at the show was definitely the highlight, like, learning moment for me.
Oh, I love it.
Ugh.
Well, what's really cool about it though is like there's so many different people reading there. So when somebody picks you out of everybody there that's reading,
exactly.
It's like, oh, you see something.
Yes.
Okay.
While we were setting up and seeing so many other people offering readings, oracle readings, tarot readings, palm readings.
There was palm readings there?
Yeah, right across from us.
Gosh dang it.
Yeah, she had a really cool like little palm statue. It was really cool looking.
I've always wanted my palms read. I missed my opportunity. I was too busy talking to people.
I know. There was a person below us that I wanted to check out. Anyways, so yeah, of all the people that are offering readings, especially up on the second floor with us,
because it's all readers,
to stop and choose our booth was pretty special. But the lady that stopped and asked me about doing a reading, I had just realized that everybody else had sign-up sheets. So like if I was busy talking to someone, then they could write their name down and let me know that they wanted to do a reading with me. So I did it last minute. I wrote it in by hand. Name, phone number. And she was writing down her name and phone number, and I wasn't busy at the time. So it's like, you want a reading? And she's like, yeah, I would. Do you have time right now? I was like, yeah, I've got nothing going on.
Eye reading? There's an eye reading there?
Yes,
I
right below
really
us.
missed out.
Yeah.
Gosh. I saw one that was doing aura photography, and I really wanted to do that.
Marcy was doing that.
Was she?
Yeah.
I'll have to see if I can get her to do that for me at the next vendor show then. I wonder if she's going to be actively engaging in that, or if she's just hosting often. And if not, maybe just set up a time. Maybe she still offers that. It's good to know. I thought I saw one. The one right below us was also offering.
Might have been, but they were taking pictures of eyes. Yeah, super cool. Super cool to get into. I love all that stuff. But yeah, so the lady was, she seemed super confident, which was, it didn't really take me off guard, I guess, but I could tell that she seemed confident in herself. And when I asked about the reading, she said, yeah, she wanted to do a reading. I was like, okay, so have you had a tarot reading done before? And she's like, yeah, I've had many readings done before, but not by you. I'm like, oh, okay, so you're familiar with readings. It's like, so, basic rundown of readings. Like, you don't have to tell me what you want a reading on, but if you give me a general idea, then it makes it easier for me to do the reading for you. So she just made it general. She wants a business reading. And I was like, oh my gosh. And she wanted a full intuitive reading. I was like, oh my gosh. Okay. So I don't just like have spreads that I just know.
This is your business spread.
Yeah.
I don't even work with
like,
spreads.
okay.
I
So
just
an
pull
intuitive
cards.
spread. So when I asked her what she wanted to do it on, and she wasn't super opening up, I didn't ask her like her name. I didn't ask her how her day was. It was just like, you want to do a reading? Okay. What do you want the reading on? Which kind of reading do you want? Okay. Have you had it done before? I was like, oh my gosh. I don't know how I'm going to start this. So when I did pick her spread and I laid it out for her and started doing it, as I was interpreting the card, she was like reaffirming, okay, yeah, that makes sense with this and that here and there. And then eventually was like, can I just tell you?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, that'd be cool. So she tells me what's going on. I'm like, okay, so then it makes sense. This and that over here and this and that. And then it was over. And I'm like, okay, well, thanks.
I love it.
I'm like, oh my gosh, that was my, like, I have my 1 card reading, my 3 card reading, and then my full intuitive spread. And it was just over.
My first.
That was not what I want.
Where's my natural flow?
There wasn't enough oomph.
I feel that. My first reading was with, I forget his name. I am not good with names, guys.
Yeah, no, I don't remember the lady's name. I think it's Sheila. That seems to be the first name on my list.
Yeah, I gotta go back and go through my stuff. But he was an awesome gentleman. And I was not expecting him, of all people, because I saw him like circle by twice. I was not expecting him to want to read it. He didn't give off that vibe. Like that was his jam. He almost looked a little, I don't say out of place.
He was eyeballing your booth, like, from a distance, like.
I see cards there.
Yeah.
So when he came up and asked about having a reading done, I was just like, oh, okay. All right, yeah, let's go ahead and do this. So how do I approach this? I don't know anything about him. It looks like he really wants to have some answers. So I was like, well, I guess we'll start with the deck. I said, I got some decks. What do you want? What's calling to you? All right, awesome, cool. And like, what are you looking for? Are we looking for? Is it business ideas? Is it just general guidance? Like, what do you have? What's on your mind? Yeah, just some general guidance. He was like, I'm in a much better place in my life and I'm making some good choices and I'm aware. I was like, I can work with being aware. That's awesome. Let's get to business. And it was an awesome reading. I had a lot of fun, like, parsing through it. I thought I was going to be going through more cards than just the 3. Maybe I did 4. But, like, the message was just really out there. Like, his spirit guides are like, yes! Yell a little bit louder! Let us hear it in the back of the room.
It seemed like I don't know, just the vibe I got from the way he approached your booth was like, there's a male reader.
Yeah,
and he felt okay getting a reading from you.
I can see that. Well, and I think that might stem from like, when you ask a girl for advice, there's a lot of filtering through because it's not just the point, it's the emotions, it's the circumstance, it's it's the whole picture, right? And when a guy more often than not is looking for that guidance, there are those times where they really need to like branch out and discover themselves in that situation, but there are other times where like they've already gone through that and they're really just looking for the like, what's the meat and bones? I need a guy to be able to just give it to me straight and tell me this, this, and this. And I totally just get that.
I really think he was excited that you were a male reader. I hate to put it like that, but like, it's just what it is. Well, it's the vibe I got from it. And it was exciting because he seemed really apprehensive until, like, I don't know, he was like slowly approaching your booth, like, hey man.
Come start a conversation with me. Yeah, it was good. I didn't even notice him until he was like right up in front of me.
And you just hooked him in. You were like, oh yeah, come on over to this side. Sit right next to me.
Well, I told him he could sit either place. And then when he decided to sit on the other side of my booth, I was like, whoa, this feels weird. All right, I guess we're like, I feel comfortable having face-to-face across the table, like having a distance between us, but having an open gap, there's no anything there was a visceral feeling. I was like, okay, I like this, but I was not ready for that. that whole setup, and who'd have thunk it makes such a big difference whether it was on one side of the table or the other.
And it made it more personal, I think. It took that whole aisle of people walking behind you away.
Yeah.
And made it more personal.
That's very true. I could see that for sure. And then to find out that there are no other male readers there was kind of bizarre. I was not aware of that.
Yeah, well, I don't know. That was just what I saw. But my second reading, because I only gave 2 readings, I sold 1 painting, I sold 2 card readings, and I sold a lot of raffle tickets, especially at the end. At the very beginning, I didn't. I only sold 1 raffle ticket at the original price, and then the rest of them I put on sale.
I sold 3 raffle tickets to the same person, so she won both of my prizes. And now I got it.
But I sold 1 of everything, and that made me super excited. I felt super accomplished.
Didn't you sell I sold 2 paintings?
No, I sold 2 card readings.
I thought you sold 2 paintings. I remember watching you hand away 2 different prints. Yeah, you sold 1 earlier in the day, and then you sold 1 to Source.
I might have.
I think you sold 2. I could be wrong.
I don't know. I could have sold 2 paintings, but I definitely sold 1 of the self-love paintings.
I sold
and that was super exciting.
I got to sell my grab bags, and I sold a couple coloring books.
And talking about my paintings to one of the ladies who was also an artist. I don't know. She was admiring him and talking about the mediums. I was like, oh my gosh, we were like gushing over different paintings, and she was pointing out how she can feel this from this painting, and it was really cool. But no, the second card reading that I got, that was the second reading. I made sure to talk to her about how her day was and like what was going on,
started the conversation,
why she wanted to get a yes.
It makes all the difference how you approach it, right?
And she was so engaged
and receptive.
Yes, and it.
Okay, we'll change that over. Thank you for the heads up.
Is that one? I don't know. I gotta click it.
Right here.
An awkward guy dating. That's how it felt with my first reading.
But you know what's really cool about it is, even though I didn't get a lot of verbal response from her, the little head nods and the oh and the soft smiles let me know like what I was saying was really hitting stuff that she is aware of, or something uncanny or something synchronistic that her mom or her friends have said about her. So for her to be able to get those same kind of responses from somebody that doesn't know anything about her, I think it did the job it was supposed to. And I think that was my takeaway from that one. It's not, it humbles you. It lets you know it's not about you. Yes. As much as you want it to be about the awesome feelings that you feel while you're admitting this amazing truth to them, for them to find their way, because that's what we live for, that high, right? At the same time, there are those people that are guarded enough not to give you that emotional reciprocation, if you will. Reciprocity, yes. And to recognize like that's okay. That doesn't mean you didn't elicit the same thought and feeling and emotion with them. It's just that they hold that closer to their heart for whatever reason that has made their life that way. And then it makes you feel a bit more okay with the job that you did, because then you realize like I don't have to chase that high.
I feel like I interpreted the cards very well with the first reading, but I still felt like definitely that like nervous guy energy.
Well, and it's that first.
Like,
it's your first one, right? It was your first one of the expo.
I mean, yeah, I suppose.
And how many people have you read for that you don't know anything from Adam about?
A couple.
So it's still fresh. It's not like this
something. But I wanted to present myself as a professional.
I wanted my perfection to show. Gosh dang it! I love it.
I did. So overall, after everything was over, and we finally exhaled.
Iris, I'm a terrible lip reader because we.
That's a good way to say it.
Oopsies.
So after we finally exhaled, what emotion or thought hit first?
The free wheel spins. Sorry.
Free wheel spins?
So the free wheel spins always get me. You're not wrong. There was one of those down there, and I made sure to talk to that booth.
Oh. Good recommendation. Audio's out. Audio's out.
You guys.
I'm a terrible lip reader. My bad.
All right, what was the question?
After everything was over, and we finally exhaled, what emotion or thought hit first?
Yeah. Just the decompress, like, ooey gooey, yeah.
I specifically told Brayden and Bailey, I am so excited for this to be over.
Oh my gosh.
Because I know it's going to be so great. It hasn't even happened yet, but I'm so excited for it to be over because I know I'm going to be so relieved.
I wanted an extra day.
Oh, no,
I think an extra day would have been awesome to go back and Jones with people just one more time. No. Actually, and I wanted it so bad that next year, like when I got the survey, they asked, how would you feel about a 2-day extravaganza? And I was like, yes, most definitely. I'd still be about a 2-day setup.
I need to finish the survey.
10 to 4 on Sunday and 10 to 6 on Saturday.
Relieved. I was just, you know, I don't know how many of you stuck around and heard about the whole camping trip that I went on and how I was trying to relax on that trip. I was so ready to feel that relaxation after the vendor show because I was so worried. I was so stressed out, and I was doing my best to manage the anxiety, and I felt like it did an okay job.
I think you did a great job.
But I knew that I would feel so much relief, and I did. And after the show was over, I could feel it. I was just, I just want to keep being simple and not doing too much. I
think I heard the whole, I'm so glad this is over, like 10 times that night. Yep.
I mean, I did all the networking. I would talk to so many people. It was such a wonderful experience.
So next time, are you going to go like venture more?
Yeah, I really just didn't. I didn't want to leave. I had art prints. I had art prints. I had tickets I wanted to sell. And if anybody came by and was curious, I did not want people to walk by an empty booth.
So
at all.
You know how you put that little sheet up for your people that wanted readings?
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go venture, you can put up another sheet that says, if you are interested in my artwork, leave your name and number and I will text you.
No, that's a missed customer. I needed.
You're already
then
out
I need
and about.
Somebody in my booth. I wasn't ready yet. And Rick got there later. And
what's yours is yours.
And then it got busy and there were people to talk to. And I didn't want to leave the booth. But I really did want to adventure. I did. I will find a way to do that later. For sure. Yeah. No, I did. Yeah. But I did have Leon go to each booth and get a business card, and I do want to check out other people's stuff. And the people that I did talk to, it'd be cool if I could find out whose business is what. Like the lady from your copper hand thing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know who that is. So what her business card is, but
I have her business card. I forgot her name too. I'm terrible with names.
I know, right? I'm so much better with faces.
But I follow her on Instagram. She has a whole setup. She does really awesome, like, her stuff that she does is a compliment to the stuff that I do. Hers is more scientific in nature and more like
I love that about it. Yes, how she integrates it into to science medicine. Yes.
And her dowsing rods, man, that was a really cool experience having those.
Thanks, Lee.
Company. You know, I would just like to say, in this world of spirituality that we are stepping into, learning how to live on trust and really owning the statement that, like, what is mine, and I don't have to fight for it. If you're setting yourself up to be able to have those opportunities and they'll present themselves. So if you're out there busy networking with other vendors and you've got something that says, hey, I'm busy networking with other vendors, but if you're interested in my artwork, put your information down. People that are really going to buy from you, they're going to be willing to put that information down.
After
and here's the other thing. Your artwork speaks. So people that really want it are going to go through the effort to ask. Yeah. It's just a different business model.
So after everything's said and done, the nerves, the work, the magic, what are we carrying forward from this experience into the next chapter of our journey?
Wait, read that again.
After everything, the nerves, the work, the magic, what are we carrying forward from this experience into the next chapter of our journey? So next time, based on the knowledge that I have now, the beginning of the show, there was a little bit of an influx at the very beginning, but then it was kind of slow. The later in the evening traffic was way heavier. There was so many more people coming in and talking later in the evening. So if I were to venture and visit other booths and network, I would do it in the early afternoon, having had the experience. But otherwise, I was really worried about leaving my booth unattended because I would much prefer, if people are stopping by and I see them looking, I would like to tell them, like, hey, how's your day going? Like, this is my artwork. If you're curious about any of these, like, let me know. And be like, oh yeah, you know, this piece right here, it looks really pretty. It looks like a sunrise. Oh, well, actually, you know, that picture is from a photograph of me and my husband on Bandon, Oregon beach. And I painted it.
I love it.
And it means this to me because I'm like, oh, wow, that's so cool. If I wasn't at the booth, they wouldn't know that, and I wouldn't be there. Or people who are, you know.
We have our own styles. I understand that.
I love customer service. Customer service is I love being at the front desk for the most part.
I'm just like the wind. I'm just wherever Braden ends up. And there's no consistency to me, but it all works out. So I just keep going with it.
I like order.
I like chaos. I like finding order in the chaos. And then just being like, yeah, I don't need that. I found it.
I would like order, and then once order is achieved, then I have the time and the space to find a flow to make it more.
You know, I think a really cool... No, the thought's gone. I don't remember.
Next time I'll be able to take some time off and we can go up together. Yeah. See, we could have planned it then, but we're still winging it.
Yeah, that's
wasn't sure what to do.
I'm excited for the next one. I think the only thing I really want to take forward
These are my pretty little bags. I was so excited about these, and I have so many left. So for all of you Billings people, we have so much left over from this show that we can take over into the next show. And let me tell you, Billings people, November 8th, we will be in town. Come visit our booth.
It'll be at the Unity Church off of 14th and... Central, but it's like not on Central. It's on the street behind Central. You'll see it on the corner. It's called Unity Church. You turn up 14th from Central, you'll see it on the right-hand side. You can't miss it. Yeah.
I've got so many of my bags left over. I've got so many pretty little flyers left over. And I'm super excited. I ordered magnetic business cards to hand out.
Slap them on your fridge and forget about it.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Come support us, people. Come see your Billings, people.
I think what I would take from the last expo into the next one would be more aggressive advertising. I'd make my advertisements like, I like what I got for my little fundraiser dealio, but I think I want to get more specific. Not just it goes towards the fund, but we have an active agenda with it at the moment that we're trying to build towards, not just stack up the fund. And then like, I don't know. I just feel like I need to be able to grab the crowd more, talk to more people.
I felt like you did really good when you were at your booth talking to people. Like the way that you just spewed out like your thing, I was a little jealous. At some points I felt like, okay, so I feel like I'm talking up Brayden, and then when I'm talking to people, you just pull them in. Like not in a, oh, you took my customer kind of way, but like they're more interested in you.
I just wait for him to be.
So me and Brayden do something similar, and he does it in a different way than I do, and I think it's really cool because I like to do this kind of thing, and then Brayden does this kind of thing, and then Brayden goes on about his 5-point harmony and this and that, and then they're like, oh, Brayden, oh wow, what are you talking? That's really cool. Tell me more about it. I'm like, he's got all the things.
I'm just waiting for him to be in front of my booth. I've realized
just flowed really well.
And once somebody sits in front of your booth, like think about it, whenever you go booth hopping and you're just scoping things out, the moment you make eye contact with a person and they open your mouth, you know you've got at least 5 minutes of engagement with them before you walk to your next booth. And that's why you're so eye avoidant when you're walking big booth section, because you're like, who do I really want to spend the time talking to while I'm window shopping?
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Some people are just like, hey, how's your day?
But you always gotta ask, right? And it's always gotta be like, hey, I see you looking at my booth. I'm gonna start with something really non-intrusive. I've got $3 items over here that starts you right into the Oracle. Oh, they have Oracle? Oh, if you're interested, well, I do Oracle. And the cool thing about my Oracle is I use this approach. And actually this approach has programs, which leads into my whatchamacallit, and so on and so forth. But
I didn't have nothing like that.
But I've had enough expos. I've done 3 or 5 different expos before this one where I had to learn how to bring people in, because before it was really standoffish and they'd like watch me from a distance and they'd look at my wares from a distance. I don't bite. They don't jump or move. You can even come and touch them and handle them if you want. See if it really calls to you. What do you mean calls me? Yeah, come check it out. I make these pieces special. Like, they go to the people that want them most, like where they're going to do the most good. Oh, really? It's like, wow, I just got to like, I'm not going to say BS people, but you're just having a conversation. You really are just BSing with them. Like, okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
But it takes 5 people. You have to make
if
yourself
it was
talk to 5
not
people.
for my mom, I would not have had the fundraiser for the Yellowstone Valley Animal Shelter.
Yeah, I wouldn't have.
And she was like, "Hey, what are you doing your raffle for?" I was like, "What do you mean?"
I still feel that way though. Like, what's the point of doing it for a fundraiser? Like, I get that it brings more people in, but
what are people paying for?
Isn't the enticement the raffle item? Like, hey, this look like, I know when I do raffles, it's not about, well, what organization are you supporting? It's what's the prize? Like, what am I winning? Am I interested in that? Like, I could give 2 shits what you give to another community, because odds are it's probably not going to get spent.
Mom put it in a really good way, though. You know, if they're going to be given the money, what is it going to go towards? That they're going to feel good about dropping a couple $20 bills into.
And you're definitely not wrong. I just never saw it from that perspective.
I know, right?
About it.
Right?
Like, well,
that's how I felt when she presented it to me. Like, what is your raffle for? What do you mean?
Well, and then that,
for me.
And then that really got me thinking, I really would love to have a nonprofit fundraising type thing, or organization. I think that would be way
a very
cool.
pot stirrer way to take what I said.
What?
Like, have a fundraiser. I'm going to twist that. I'm going to make it fundraiser for what I want it to be.
Yeah, that's really, you're not wrong, because I was like, well, you know, like, I don't want to just give it to some organization. I busted my ass to convince people to spend the money, you know? Like, I don't know.
A free craft would be so cool. People can chill at your booth more. Ooh. Yeah, you know, that's a really cool idea.
If I had, I don't know.
I thought about it.
I don't know if I want people crowding my station like that.
That was one of the thoughts, though.
Like,
it was one of the thoughts.
and then there's always going to be one person
that's... The one time that I did take my kids to a thing and this lady had painting and she was teaching kids how to do a little painting. It sucked. Not like that sucked, but it sucked because they were stuck at that booth for like 30, 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, I should have made it the first booth, but I made it my last booth. We'll stop in on the way out. And then I was stuck there for 45 minutes waiting for them. And then they had wet paintings to bring back to the car. I'm like, I should have let them do that first.
Yeah.
When they asked to do it, I should have just let them do it.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have waited to do that last.
I feel that. And I find like I wouldn't mind having a free craft for people to hang out and BS with me with, but there's going to be that one person that gets really attention needy. And I don't mind that, but I don't want to have to feel obligated to carry on a conversation while they're crafting when I've got a booth where I've got people that are interested.
But I will say there was this one booth that had this like make your own keychain.
Oh, that would be fun.
And of all the stuff that they had at their booth, look at you interrupting.
Oh, it's already 9 o'clock?
Yeah, that means it's time for my kids to get ready for bed. Whoops. Oh, yeah, so this lady had a bunch of stuffs. I
gotta go pick up April.
Like,
so
if you wanted to do a keychain or a bracelet or a necklace. And that was really cool.
I love you guys. I appreciate you. It's been fun. I gotta go pick April up from the airport.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty important.
And, yeah.
Hindsight's always 20/20.
If you're gone before I get back, don't worry about locking the door.
Could be chakra-colored beads, and you could go over the chakras with people. Ooh. That would be a really cool conversation to present with them. Yes.
See you later.
All right, bye. Oh, chaos, people, chaos. Either way, it's been a just relaxing back into life this last week. It was a hectic weekend. It was great, and then the day after our vendor show, we got to spend another day with my friend Bailey, because that's where we stayed. Because she lives in Helena. Oh, thank goodness to know people around the ways. But just relaxing with our friends and my husband. It was super nice. And I feel that through the rest of the week. I've got the kids this week, so there's a little bit of extra hecticness going around, but not putting any pressure on myself has been the focus for me. And I think I've been doing pretty good. I've also got a super awesome husband who pampers me. So, counting my blessings there. It would be a cool free craft stop there for sure. Yes, I know I have a slow connection phone. You're blocking the comment. Not a bad way to unwind at all. No, it's not. And I think I'm just going to cut it here because Braden's gone. And yeah, that was the end of my questions for how the vendor show went anyways. Now everything's said and done. The boxes are still packed, and they're probably going to remain packed until the November show. Might restock up on a few things if any of you want to take the time to go through the store on my website and you want any paintings available to purchase in person, I'll have them there. Also, since Braden's not here, I'm going to say it anyways. Anybody who wants to come to the Billings show, I'll have a coupon on the back of the business cards that we hand out for everyone who shows up in person. Thanks for hanging around, Iris. Thanks for hanging around, Rick and Lee. Love you guys. Have a good rest of your evening. Breathe. halfway through the week. It's hump day. It's going to be a good rest of the week. It's fall. Look at all the cute stuff that's being put out, guys. It's just smile worthy. Smile the rest of the week. Thanks for hanging out. Ooh, 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 ooh.